retro future.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Radio Retro Future. Kinda. It's kind of a more informal stream tonight, where we're going to talk a little bit about Elfia with my friend, Cpt Glenwell. How are you doing, sir?
Very well, very well. A little tired, but well.
But you're still recovering from Elfia?
Actually, I am. It's been 2 days now since we got back, and I'm still tired because we with Steam Nation we have the tendency not to sleep much.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. On Friday till Saturday I didn't get much sleep either, but that's because the group we were next to were playing loud music till like 2 a.m. Until I got out of my tent and told them to please shut down the music. So yeah, that was rather annoying, but yeah, we had a lot of fun. But before we tell you about our activities, well, what did you guys do?
Well, we except for not sleeping that much, we had our campment, our steampunk camp, where we did some tea dueling, the game of graces, we told the history of absinthe, and so on and so on. So yeah, just live the steampunk and Steam Nation life.
Okay, well, what's the Game of Graces?
Game of Graces is a game that was originally invented to learn young girls to gracefully move.
Go
It's
on.
well, you have a minimal of 2 persons to play it. They both use 2 sticks, hold it like this, and 1 metal or wooden ring. Then you have to throw the ring with the 2 sticks to the other person. That one has to catch it and throw it back again. So it sounds weird, but actually pretty fun and not that easy.
I can imagine. It kind of reminds me like, what are those things called? Diabolos?
Yeah, but without the twine between its cords and yeah, just a ring.
That's what it reminds me of. Well, sounds fun. Well, with the Diabolos it's quite popular, so who knows. Yeah, and did you get a lot of, did you play with a lot of visitors?
We tried, but it was too hot. So
yeah,
most of the time we were just, and all the visitors and ourselves, we were just hiding for the sun.
Mm-hmm.
So we tried. In the morning it went a little, and in the afternoon it was just, yeah, not that easy.
Yeah, I know. I barely wore my costume either. We had a number of activities. One of them is or rat racing, which was really popular, by the way.
I saw that.
Yeah, which is basically racing with really small radio-controlled cars. We just need to change the course. We're going to have some plans making the curves wider and corners wider and stuff like that. So hopefully that will make it a little bit more easy. But yeah, that's really popular. And for the people that come to our campus next time, bring your own remote-controlled car. Because that's the entire point, that people can drive their own little remote-controlled cars. We haven't spent that much time on them yet, but we do want to pimp them a lot in the future. Another thing that was...
How small do they have to be, the cars?
Somewhere between 12 and 8 centimeters, I think.
Oh, okay.
Not sure what scales. I have to look that up. But yeah, they're not the yeah. Revel has them, but there are also several other brands. The only problem that we're having is that they only work with 2 frequencies, 40 megahertz and 27 megahertz. So
Yeah.
if you want to race against other people, it's best to get 2 cars with either frequency. Otherwise, you'll be driving 2 cars at once.
That
Can
could
be
be interesting.
hilarious, but we haven't found a way to make that work yet. Yet.
Yet.
No, I'm sure that you can make a game out of that. I just don't know how yet.
Definitely.
Yeah, the other one was a gas mask workshop. I bought like this large quantity of Soviet-era gas masks, both child-sized and adult. And you know, between 2 o'clock and 5 o'clock, people could just go nuts with them. Surprisingly popular. One of the comments we received was that it was one of the few workshops given at the event.
Cool.
Yeah. Have you seen any other workshops, by the way? I haven't. I haven't walked around a lot either, I must admit. So if any people that are watching have, please let us know.
I've seen some people making a drinking horn, I guess. And I saw that some place you could make some keychains or something, but didn't see them do it. So not that much actually.
Yeah, it's quite a shame. Maybe this will convince Elfia to do more about that. Yeah, a lot of there was next to us was Phase 3. Are you familiar with them?
I know them from seeing them, and hearing them, and smelling them.
Oh, they are post-apocalyptic, so.
Well, with smelling them, I mean we did the defilé to the King and Queen, and the Saturday we were right behind them, and
yes.
their bikes are beautifully made, or were great, but yeah, if you stand behind them, you can smell them.
I'm not sure those bikes were theirs. I think they were from another group called the Stranded Drifters.
No, Phase 3 also. Phase 3 also.
Okay.
I think, yeah, Phase 3, yeah.
Yeah, so they did a LARP, which a lot of people participated in. So maybe next time when I have the time, I will participate as well. We also had grenade throwing. Yeah. Yeah, we have a dummy. Well, they're like based upon the Handstahlgranaten, you know, with the stick underneath. So yeah, both young and old tried to do that. It's quite funny to see how hard it is for a lot of people to actually.
I can imagine. I can imagine, because yeah, it's not like a ball you throw. It's yeah. Never tried it. I had to try it, but I didn't have the time.
And we had an outdoor cinema, but we had to put that close to the road than we did here. But people, I noticed that people were when I talked about it, people were very interested in the short film we made. That I found really surprising.
Well, I was too, but yeah. Again, no time.
Yeah.
So,
well, I can show you the link afterwards.
Perfect.
But yeah, but it was. I was kind of amazed by that. I didn't expect there to be. I guess people really want to know what other people that come to Elfia are working on. Do you think that more can be done to showcase such projects on places like Elfia?
They could show movies, they could show photo exhibitions, they could show things like that, but we already are there showing off what we do.
Yeah.
So there's already that much to see and that much to fill your day, next to being photographed and eating and drinking and having fun at the stage. So you could, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Would you have time to do it?
Yeah, that's kind of the thing with a lot of. I think that's kind of why I was kind of negative about the workshop that we did. Whether people actually want to participate in it, because, well, you do get the feeling that people just want to walk around to see as much as they possibly can. But then you hear, well, then you see there most definitely is. It's something that really needs to I don't know. It's really hard to promote it, and I'm not sure how to deal with that, because I do notice there is a demand for it, for such activities, but very little people want to actually put effort into that, and, well, you know, you never know if it's gonna pay back.
Yeah, that's for sure.
So it's really something I hope to expand. We're thinking of doing other workshops, like making magic wands, you know, for the girls especially. So that's something we're going to look into, and we're also thinking of making simple caps.
Yeah.
So that's.
So they already have the gas mask from this year, then the caps from next year, and then and so on and so on.
Oh yeah, that's.
And in a few years you have full members who are dressed completely like you.
Well, who knows? I actually did manage to sell some of my stickers, so I was also surprised about that one. I didn't expect that to happen. So, what are your ambitions for your encampment in the future?
First of all, we would love to come back to Elfia, because we're never sure about that. But in general, we're happy with what we do. But we tell the history of absinthe. We can't sell absinthe, but we can let people taste the absinthe, of course. Because if you're there listening to us rambling on half an hour about absinthe here, absinthe there, and then we have to tell you, well, that was it. Go on. You can imagine the people's faces. So I don't know. Workshops sound immensely interesting, but for steampunk workshops you need a lot of materials, or just keep it too simple, I guess. And we also have our story in our encampment as a transport ship, a transport company. So I feel it has to fit into that story. And it's not that easy to think of things that do all that. So who knows? Maybe I think of something.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing, right? Because at one end you want to tell a story. At one end you also want to be entertaining. You know, one of the things we did with our old storm course. Unfortunately, it was just too intensive to run those. Also, too much. It depended too much on the weather. If you had bad weather, and you know, it became just a hazardous. You know, it became genuinely hazardous to have those kids running around on the course. So we, you know, then we just, when the weather was bad, we just started having the kids throw at stuff, and that turned out to be much more popular. You know, we lowered the bar, but yeah, that's what people want. That makes people happy. So
if people can break things, they're always happy.
Oh yeah. So this time we had cyborg chickens as a target, and yeah, you know, the thing with activities like these is that they create their own stories. In my experience, you know, like with Ragtag, you know, we already had the uniforms, and then some guy came up with the idea, let's do a storm course, and it's like, oh, okay, that actually sounds like fun, and it was quite a big success. However, yeah, we also had some soldiers on the course that the kids could shoot, and it was like, okay, well, they die and then they come back alive again. And when we did reenactment, right, these medieval battles, You had the performance, you had a couple of dozen guys fighting, and then at the end, of course, they stood up again. So we always try to make a little something like a monk coming on the field or something, or I don't know, a witch or whatever, to make everybody come alive again, because you already broke the immersion at that point, so why not do something silly, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
When?
and with Ragtag came to the idea, okay, well, they can respawn because they have this device that makes them come back alive again. And so that's the thing with these activities is what you can expect when you start just doing a silly idea is they create their own story surrounding it. However, you gotta allow yourself to kind of immerse yourself in the silliness of the situation.
Yeah, of course. It's still a fantasy fair, so.
Yeah. So that's kind of my experiences with doing activities like these. And well, now we have a fun one, and yeah, it's when it comes to telling a story, are people often asking you, like, tell us about your character's background? Do you get a lot of questions like that?
Not that much, actually. The question we get asked the most is, do you guys sleep here?
Yeah, that's true. It is.
And people, we do. We don't just bring tents with beds and everything with it, just to place it there and then go at a hotel or something. No, we do sleep there. That's so many times. So many times I had to say that. But the background's not that much, no. And actually I found that a little, well, I'd love to have people ask more about that, but they just don't know. They think we are there to entertain and just be puppets to be on a picture. Most of them don't know we put that much effort in it. And yeah, I'd love to see that different, but wouldn't know how. Because I already have a desk with Captain Glenwell on it, and I'm writing at it, I'm sitting at it. I don't know.
Well, that's kind of my point, right? And especially with the people I surround myself with in my group, a lot of them did reenactment or aren't that much into steampunk. They just want to work with the kids and the audience, or they just want to build stuff. Yeah. I think that's a major difference. But the weird stuff that starts developing, the in jokes and the larger story, like the skeleton we have at our camp, stuff like that. Silly stuff is what people remember.
Like my rubber chicken that hangs in front of my tent.
Exactly.
Nobody knows why, but I do. So.
Yeah, exactly. But that's the thing, and I know what you mean. It's one of the reasons I never really got started on a story. I have ideas for my character and kind of what it should be about, but because of the nature of fairs, I kind of hoped that the idea would just drop on top of me from the sky, like a rubber chicken being tossed through the camp or something. And that's that experience of not being, people never asking me for a story. Like, I never, I'm doing this for 7 years now, it turns out. And I actually said I would get a tattoo after 5 years, but but it's really, I don't know. And now I'm starting. Now we have a plan. Like, okay, the concept we got now works. We have people that want to throw the grenades. We've got people that want to do the masks, and everyone wants to do the radio-controlled cars. They just do. So okay, this is something we can work with. So we are looking at building up that aspect. And now I'm like, okay, now we can add more story elements, more aesthetically pleasing stuff, because we don't have that much in regards to aesthetics other than the radar dish and some machines. But so we have some ideas for that. But when it comes to actually telling a story, I am afraid I need to shove everything into their face. Like create actual storyboards, and stuff like that. So that kind of bothers me. But, you know, I'm also there to promote my YouTube channel. And that's also a story people like. Like, people come to life when you start talking about, oh, you've got a YouTube channel? Oh, that's awesome. Oh, I'm gonna watch it. Not sure.
Well, I had the best moment this weekend ever. Someone came to me and said to me, I watched your videos.
Oh, wow.
My weekend was just made.
Yeah.
I was so happy.
Yeah.
Just that one person that said, I watched your channel. That was like, yay. Yippee.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really weird how that works. Like, I don't know what video, I think it was on Reddit, when I made that last video on why be part of the steampunk community.
Mm-hmm.
And all of... No, it was a different one. No, it was my Leviathans video, my Leviathans game review. And all of a sudden there was a guy in the comments, you're that guy from the Radio Retro Future show on Fallout. And it was like, oh, yes, that is me. And it's really weird.
That's the best feeling ever.
Yeah.
Like, yay.
Yeah.
They know me. Not that you want to be famous or something, but it's just fun that they recognize you, and that they've seen your work or heard your work, and that's fun.
Oh yeah, it is. It is kind of weird though, because you don't go to conventions to be famous, but you hope to get that acknowledgement that you're doing something.
Yeah,
and
that's it.
Sometimes there are people, strangers I do not know, and they kind of make that strange nod at you, like they know you. And I'm like, have we met before, or have you seen my videos? You know, it sounds really vain thinking that way, but it does make you wonder, right?
Yeah, I know the feeling, but I'm also bad at recognizing faces. So half of the time it's just people I already seen or met and just see again. So.
Yeah, exactly. That's my thing with it as well. So, but yeah, I do notice when you start talking about things like YouTube. People do get, oh, you're on YouTube. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. You make videos. Oh, you made your own short movie. Can I see? It is, you're getting attention for stuff you're not expecting.
True.
So, and yeah, it's okay. So I'm like, maybe we should push or shoot movie 4, even though I find it rather cringeworthy to look at it. So I'm really wondering how the second one will turn out, which we hope to film coming month or June. But yeah, it is still something you put a lot of time and effort in. I mean, 10 minutes. Are you trying to find a way to build up your steampunk lifestyle? Or are you just looking for an original gift? Check out Steam Chest and get a subscription box mailed to your door every month. It's a surprise box that contains up to 6 items, ranging from music, ebooks, to t-shirts with original art. For more information, check out their subscription plans on chestofsteam.com. Minutes of filming. I mean, we've been preparing this for a year now, so...
Yeah, that's why I never started a film or something, and just stick with my videos on YouTube.
Yeah.
And also, I would have to find people that want to work with me, and don't think that in Steam Nation or in general in my group of friends that there are a lot of people that would want to put their face on that. So
Yeah, it is though. That's the thing, right? People have no idea what goes into making those. And then you look at the views, like I think it is on my channel, there's like 71 views last time I looked. So yeah, year's work, everyone. Here's a video I spent 10 hours editing, and here's a film I spent 10 months preparing for. So,
but it's a little tucked away also. So
yeah, it is. It is.
it's not your work that's not good or something, or it's just people have to fall on it. People have to.
It is true. Yeah, or it is something you need to promote and promote and promote.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I have so many other videos I know will have a larger audience that also need to be promoted. So it's really difficult that way. Promotion is one of the aspects I like least about YouTubing.
Yeah. I know the feeling. It's like every time you put on a new video and you have to let people know you made a new video, it's like, oh here I go again. I have to bother everyone just for the few people that want to watch it.
Yep. Yeah, it's true. But yeah, let's talk a little bit more about Elfia, because that's what we're here for. But yeah, one of the reasons why I went there was to promote my YouTube channel, and promote some other short movie makers. But was it just me, or was there a lot of steampunk this year? Like a ridiculous amount of steampunk?
Well, I must say, because Steam Nation was placed in the story field, we didn't see all the people that you guys could see.
Right.
And I guess, Steampunk Objective was there. And I guess most of the steampunks circled around that area. But I have seen a lot of them. I have seen a lot of steampunks. Because we had the horse show next to us, and that attracted a lot of people. I must say, the ones that passed through, there was a lot of steampunk to see. Not that it's bad or something.
No, but it did surprise me.
Because,
well,
it's still growing. It's still growing.
No, it seemed to have gone a little down last year, and now it's rising up again. And I'm kind of wondering, is that just a coincidence, or is like there's this new Steve Jackson film coming. Am I saying his name correctly? The guy who made Lord of the Rings.
I guess so.
Steve Jackson is coming up with a steampunk movie. What is it called again? I forget the name every time. With the driving cities.
Yeah.
Looks pretty interesting. God damn,
It does.
Why do I keep forgetting that? But yeah, that one is coming out, but I don't think that's enough to spark a re-emergence of steampunk. If my source is correct, Steven Spielberg will be presenting a new steampunk series this year, Lumen, which is in the works for years. So I'm really curious if that's gonna happen this year. And of course in the video games, there are billions of them. Frostpunk was released today.
A lot of them.
Yeah, and a lot of good ones too.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, I'm wondering if that has any effect. So yeah.
But I think also like in Belgium, most of Belgium doesn't know steampunk, and the ones that go to cons or fairs, there are still a lot of people that go for the first time.
Right.
They see it, they like it, and the year after that they go as steampunk or something else. And I don't think there's a lot of people that stop going to fairs.
No, the fairs are
So-
at least Elfia seems to be doing well. Seems to be well visited. So,
Yeah, it was big. It was crowded.
Mm-hmm.
So, must imagine every new person that comes in, if it's half of them, or a third of them, or 1/8 of them, or 100 of them. If just one of them is steampunk, then it's more than last year. So
Yeah. Well, but that's interesting what you said, though. A lot of people are coming for the first time. You know, and if you're not familiar, like I have this colleague at work where I'm currently working right now, from Indonesian descent, and you know, he looked at my clothes, and you know, he was asking a lot about it, you know. And then I told him that I was going to Elfia this weekend. He was like, "Oh, really? What's that? Can you tell me a little bit about it?" Like, and then it turns out he participates in like these old-timer style events, you know, old cars. And you know, he was asking like, where do you get your clothes? Like, can you buy it? Where can I find them? And you know, I thought, well, you can get them at the carnival store, you know. And you know, if you want to rent one, and it's like, yeah, I want to rent one. I want to go like steampunk to that old-timer show because I need to wear something old-timey. So, you know, and this is a man who has no idea of Elfia, or that there is this entire costume culture of people making their own costumes. And, you know, there are a lot of people complaining about, you know, the carnival costuming. Like, oh my god, they've got like these cheap-ass steampunk costumes at the local carnival store.
I have to be honest, I don't like them either, but I'm not going to say, oh no, how horrendously ugly or something. No, it's good that they're there, because they're a lot cheaper than a lot of others.
Oh yeah.
and they are still steampunk. They are still correct.
No,
so
they still have all the tropes. I mean,
yeah, personally I don't like them, but that's because I'm in the scene for a bit longer than that, and I like my outfits a little more correct, or how do I say it? A little more yeah, something like that.
like authentically steampunk. How do you like that one?
And I don't like to see like 10 other people with the same outfit.
No, that's kind of the thing with steampunk, right? When you go to a steampunk fair and you start asking, yeah, I'm looking for this person, has a brown coat, top hat with goggles, you know. But yeah,
that's why I put the feathers on it. So I'm just irritating everyone with my feathers, putting them in everyone's eyes. And when someone asks, where's that guy with the bowler hat with the feathers on top? Oh, that bastard is there, right there.
Oh
there.
man, oh yeah, that will work. That will work. Yeah, but yeah, I'm like you made your video on cliches, which kind of inspired me to do one as well. Taking a little bit of a different approach, so it should be different enough. And while working on it, I did realize something about what makes steampunk. Like, okay. But yeah, I'm gonna save that for that one video.
Yeah, because you have the cliches, but you have to need it also.
Yeah,
exactly.
Exactly.
It's like an Italian. The stereotypical Italian looks like Mario, but okay.
Oh. But
it's dangerous to go there, but it is. When you think about a stereotypical Frenchman or something, he talks a bit like this or something. No, you need to have those stereotypes, otherwise you wouldn't know what it means or what it is, or it gets harder to explain it.
All right. Have you noticed any other trends on Elfia this year?
trends. I've seen a lot of elves. I've seen a lot of big dresses. I've seen a lot of people that try to make their own thing. Oh, it's just same as all the. No, it's really
I was
always those
impressed by
beautiful
the.
outfits.
Yeah, I must say I enjoyed the outfits this year more than the previous years. For some reason, I don't know why that is, but I don't know, something.
I think it's also because of the weather. Because everything was so shiny, everything was so glowing, everyone was happy, everyone. No.
Well, it is
Maybe
true.
it's just that.
When you've got like really bad weather, like I think the previous Elfia, we had a lot of bad weather these last few years. So yeah, maybe a lot of people kept their better pieces at home. That's actually a pretty good explanation, actually.
It's just their expression. When it rains, everyone's like, "Oh, damn."
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. Now my outfit is like, yeah, just ruined. And
yeah. Oh man, but it must have been hot. I couldn't wear my coat in the afternoon. It just became.
yeah, and you were still in the woods.
Yeah. Oh man,
we were at the field in open sun. So Sunday even we were with two of the group that put our swimming suit on and put a little bucket of water in front of us, put our feet in it, just sat there.
Oh yeah.
About for a few hours or something.
Man, that sounds really good. Actually, that sounds really comfortable.
Oh, it was, and a lot of people were passing through, laughing, but meanwhile just saying, "Damn, I wanted to do that."
Yes.
So,
oh yeah, we had to put a bucket of water out for the pets.
yeah.
Yeah. Because a lot of the animals were starting to get dehydrated. I'm not sure if there were any incidents with that.
I don't think so. I don't think so. There were other places too where they did that. So
Okay, good. Now that's something you can count on happening during events like these. That groups will take such actions. But yeah, water. There were also plenty of water points, but I'm not sure. I think on Saturday a lot of them were broken.
I heard something like that. Yes.
Yeah, so that was kind of annoying. We had a guy walking all across the event to get water backstage.
Ooh.
Yeah, so fortunately we have like these large tanks, which I'm really grateful for. We often put them on an altar, like or a little tanky, because it keeps us alive during events.
Praying to the water gods.
Oh yeah. Praying to tanky because it also keeps it cold.
Oh yeah, sure.
So yeah, also very important. But yeah, have you learned anything in particular this Elfia?
We actually learned that we need to keep our water cool for our absinthe.
Right.
It was luckily underneath the bar, so it was in the shade, but still it got a little warmer. So we have to do something about that.
Water tanks.
Yeah.
Put them in water tanks. It really helps. It's how we keep our beer cold. So yeah, what brand of absinthe do you drink, by the way?
Oh, you should have come. We don't have just one brand. We have I guess 10 different sorts.
Okay.
I like the strong 68, but that one's empty. And now I got the Libertine. Got it for my birthday. We take it with us on events, but only drink it in the evening. Well, actually,
can I recommend one absinthe to you?
You can.
Yes, that of our sponsor, Ekveldse Absinthe, the best absinthe of the Netherlands. And yes, that's going to be the commercial this episode, Shark. Live with it. So yeah, but no, genuinely, it's yes, it is a sponsor of mine. So yes, but it is truly the best absinthe I know right now. So that I've drunk, and also drunk quite some brands, including Boston Butterfly that I used for my audio drama, Radio Retro Future. Unfortunately, Boston Butterfly is a good absinthe, but it is not as good.
Yeah.
I also got that bottle from him, by the way.
I have to try it.
Yeah.
We actually learned a new absinthe too 2 weeks ago at an event in Belgium, and we had a Belgian distiller coming up to us. He normally makes gin and stuff like that, and he came over at our absinthe bar with his own absinthe, Dr. Clyde's absinthe, and I must say it was pretty good. It's actually pretty good, because there is already another Belgian absinthe from Rubens, I guess. That's more commercially, and that one's just good to put in cocktails.
Maybe we should
we
should do a kind of a collaboration video on absinthe tasting.
Ooh, yeah.
I was thinking about doing something like that for quite a while. So, but now we might have the excuse to do it.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
Sure. Okay. We'll talk about it at some point. Well, we've got a number of viewers. Unfortunately, they are rather quiet in the chat. What would you like to see, dear viewers, on steampunk events or steampunk camps? Do kind of activities? I get a lot of questions about, how to make steampunk objects or where to get steampunk stuff. So I do think for those people, workshops are a thing you can do.
Yeah, you can do workshops about everything: goggles, hats, top hats, how to decorate them, medals, weapons.
Is a good one. Yeah.
Yeah, weapons, Nerf guns, things like that. But it's just all the materials that take a lot of place and take a lot of the budget.
Yeah. Well, we are kind of lucky because I have a clockmaker not that far away from where I live that tends to call me from time to time. It's like, hey, do you need new clock parts? Because he's gonna throw them away because they're broken. So.
Oh, you lucky bastard.
Yeah, but seriously, my advice is to just go to a clockmaker, ask him if he has stuff he throws away.
Yeah.
And before you know it, he might actually, you show him what you do. Like, this is what we make. And, they're gonna throw this stuff away anyway,
And why didn't I think of that before?
I don't know. Why didn't you think of that before? So, and then this guy has called me like twice already. Like, yeah, I got another shipment of useless stuff I'm trying to get rid of. Here you go. So, yeah.
Damn.
And that's the parts we used for the workshop. So that's a freebie from me, I suppose. Yeah. Is there any? Oh wait, yeah. One other question for the viewers, like, how would you recommend steampunks tell their story on a camp, or anyone tell their story for that matter, on camp, without turning it into an actual play or something? Because I have considered organizing plays, but yeah, plays take a lot of time,
work,
effort, but you also need to find the people that are actually willing to do that, because not everybody has that courage, so to speak. But yeah, have you ever done plays on camp?
We did an operation one.
Oh, those
So
are fun.
it was fun, but it was totally not put through together.
No.
And we did it just at place with someone on a table with a case above him, and we pulled out some guts and a heart and replaced his heart with something else. But it was awkward. It was fun to do, but it was awkward because we didn't exactly know what to say or what to do or how to do it. So it's like you say, not everybody likes to do a play or knows what to do, knows to improvise, or even wants to improvise. So it's fun to do, but it's also not fun to do.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? You need to have like your jokes. You need to have your jokes ready. Like when I did reenactment, for example, like we had people presenting, you know, the demonstrations, and they often had like the same jokes, but you know they work. You know, so you keep doing them because of course you do. You're there to entertain. You're not, you know, the one thing I think with cliches, you know, we already talked a little bit about that, is that when people think about cliches, they are like, oh my god, cliche means it's not original. But the point is not to be original. The point is to entertain. You know, it's to grab people's attention. So, yeah, cliches exist. And some are good cliches, some are bad cliches. Some cliches are done right, some cliches are done wrong. It's not the fact that something is a cliche makes it bad. So, yeah, work with cliches. They do work. They're cliches for a reason.
Of course. That's why every steampunk knows its gears and wears its goggles. Okay, not everyone, but most of them do, because you recognize it immediately as steampunk. Exactly. If I would wear a red dress or something, you wouldn't recognize me as a steampunk captain.
Well, you could be recognized as plenty of other things, but
yeah.
But yeah, that's kind of the thing. Like even when we are doing our activities, right? Like the storm course, for example. We, you know, there are certain rules that the participants need to play with. So you tell those, but you also need to keep their attention. So how do you do that? And you know, you tell the same story over and over again. Like we also did this Halloween event several times, and you know, there were certain things that the participants needed to be aware of. You know, that they needed to follow orders because we had this entire spiel, which in hindsight we rather didn't have. But I had to tell the same story like 100 times, if not more, in the course of 6 hours. Like every 3 minutes or so, I told them the same spiel. So, you know, that's how you get the act. You start to develop an act. Like, you know, okay, well, please do this, you make these jokes over and over again. Sometimes you invent a new joke, sometimes you leave one out. You know, I was making a joke about lost limbs. And then the woman told me, well, I've got 2 amputated legs, do those count? You know? So, yeah, okay. I'm gonna leave that one out from now on. But, yeah, that's how you go through this. So I think one mistake people make when they do anything, like they do something one time and it didn't turn out the way they wanted to, then they quit, not realizing that they could have learned from that experience. They just need to change some things, change the lines, make up a few jokes, you know, and then do it again and again and again, and then it just becomes some, you know, as simple as getting up in the morning. I think that's important, just because something doesn't work the first time.
Yeah, that's true.
I do think it's worth trying it again, you know, and if it doesn't work, and if it doesn't work after 3 times, yeah, okay, then it's time to think of something else. But I'll always keep trying. always keep trying.
It's like our bartender who does the history of absinthe.
Mm-hmm.
Probably told the story about 1,000,000,000 times on Saturday and Sunday. But we also learn new things because we started off with the things we knew about absinthe, and gradually there's someone who comes off with something new that even we didn't know. We look it up, we verify if it's correct, and we use it in our story.
Oh,
And it began with a small story about 5 minutes or something, and now you have to wait 15 minutes before you can taste your absinthe. So,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's
and
the thing, right?
and it stays interesting. So,
Oh
you
yeah,
have to
well, the fun thing about stories like these, even if you've told them 100 times, you can tell them 100 different times without, without it getting stale.
Yeah.
The story keeps evolving. I think that's the thing. Like kind of you start adding little jokes. Your sentence become more streamlined. Sometimes you leave out a part. Sometimes you add a part. Sometimes you notice something. Oh, I can interact on it like that. I think the same goes for musicians and all these people that have that do public performances.
Yeah.
You have a baseline, something you have a foundation, and whatever you build on top of that foundation, that's sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but that's just the process.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
No, like our bartender at the end of the weekend, he was like, if still someone comes up and asks me about the history, I'm gonna kill myself. And then someone came up. He was in his swimming suit with his feet in the water, just chilling, relaxing a little bit after that many stories. And someone came up, was like, oh, damn. Yeah, so history about absinthe. Well, you had this kind of herb, they put alcohol in it, and then it was illegal, now it's legal, so yeah, that's absinthe.
Oh.
Okay, no, I'm gonna tell the story for real now. So he was joking about it, of not particularly telling the whole story, but eventually he does it with so much joy, he still again did it. So I love that. I know the story too, but I leave him to it because I don't want to be there for hours on hours telling the same story.
Oh yeah, but yeah, that's how it goes in groups like these, right? I mean, you take in a certain role within a group. It just happens.
Yeah.
So I need to compliment the people or volunteers this weekend that went with us. I mean, yeah, they just did wonderful job, even though it was the first time coming with us. So yeah, I'd like to compliment them online for that. You guys did great. So yeah, we were talking nearly an hour now. Shall we? Do you have any particular things you want to talk about, or something you've noticed during Elfia?
I haven't seen that much, so yeah, the music and the sound of the horse show. Whoa, okay. It was a little too loud. No, we tried to do a T-duel when they were doing their show, and we couldn't even talk to each other.
Oh wow.
But for the rest, I have no complaints. We had great neighbors, the archers from Cool Arrow, and we spent the evenings with them. We went on walks at 3 to 4 at night, and no, it was a great day.
It was.
And
we had a lot of fun. Didn't see much. But we haven't noticed that the king. There is this tradition on Elfia. There is a king and queen election during Elfia. 2 steampunkers from Slovenia, I think, won.
Yes.
So that's interesting. I didn't follow. I never followed the royal elections on Elfia, but
I didn't either, but I did the défilé, so I saw them from close.
Yeah.
I walked to them and I gave them a button of Steam Nation. So
I wish I thought
more
of
than
that. I wish I thought of that. It was like, oh goddamn, we should have given her a card or a sticker or something. I just why didn't I think of that? But we offered them a food taster, and of course they head-butted with our Unicorn Grenadier. And we threatened the old king and queen couple on Saturday with our mosquito. So, we had fun during the défilé. So, maybe, we have this idea of having Dankert participate, with one of the ragtag grenadiers. Because
why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
Well, there's a lot of drama going on during the elections.
I never heard of that, so
it's crazy.
I never follow it.
Yeah,
Never.
I barely do, but I heard from the sidelines, and this happened, and they got nearly disqualified because of that, and
seriously for something like.
I have not followed it, but these are just the kind of stories you hear. Some people can get really passionate about it. It's insane.
How could you be disqualified for something like that? Because you say a bad word or something? Or?
It's online drama, but that's probably also the people why people watch it, because...
Yeah, of course. It's a show. It's
reality television, basically.
Yeah. Reality television about fantasy.
Mm-hmm. So,
wow.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I am not qualified to talk about it because I never followed it. But whenever I hear it, I'm like, really? Really? Is this what people do in preparation for Elfia? But I'm hopeful after Elfia for steampunk. A lot of negativity surrounding steampunk these last few months.
Yeah.
In last year, all people, steampunk is becoming less popular. Yeah, not seeing it. Also, not seeing a single diesel punk as well.
True.
I haven't seen a single one.
True.
So it's not really I didn't need to say that, but just to some of my viewers, do you see diesel punk ever becoming popular in Europe?
I don't know. I have seen it in Belgium, but it's just totally different. It's not that popular as steampunk.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely not. But I don't know. Most people don't know it exists, I guess.
Yeah.
They know steampunk.
Looking to accessorize? Check out steamywonders.de for steampunk-inspired jewelry, gadgets, and other handmade items.
And it stops there.
Yeah.
Even a lot of steampunkers don't know about dieselpunk.
It's true, actually. That especially steampunk starting out, they may have heard the name like, there's an aesthetic. They have no idea that there is a community out there.
I saw steampunks, and they asked me about something of their outfit or something. I had to tell them that it tends more to the dieselpunk look, and I liked it, the dieselpunk look on their outfit, and they were like, what?
Yeah, that's the thing, right? That's the thing. You do see a lot of more Art Deco-ish design creeping into steampunk. especially aesthetic, but I don't know. I don't see diesel punk growing here anytime soon. Like, I have heard some people talk about. I heard one guy once. Yeah, we want to do a kind of diesel punk, like we want to do gangsters, like diesel punk gangsters. And you know, I stand with what I said about diesel punk. It's really focused on Americana. I think that's the reason.
Yeah, sure.
And you know, they say, well, no, you know, we want to do other things. Yeah, but you're not, or at least not self-identifying diesel punks are going that way. So until that happens, which I'm not saying it won't, but I'm just not seeing it happening at this time.
Not yet.
Not yet. So who knows? Maybe in 10 years or so, we will see a very different type of diesel punk. But right now, even though they say otherwise, they seem to be really bunkering down on that Americana. You know, and you know what? Good on them. But don't deny it. You know.
Yeah, of course.
So, yeah. Well, that's the last thing I have to say on that topic. Let's see. Mr. What was your name again? He was one of my patrons, and I already forgot what I was supposed to call him. Sorry, dude. Don't worry, you'll be named correctly in the credits. I wish other styles like that were more popular. Other styles I'm passionate about is biopunk, but there is nobody knows it. Yeah.
I do.
Oh, yeah.
I
Mr.
do.
Locust. Yes. Sorry, Mr. Locust. Thank you for your patronage once again. Yes, biopunk. I wouldn't know what biopunk looks like, to be quite honest. Like, I have an image in my mind of what it could be, but in my experience, it's very much part of cyberpunk at this point in time.
It is, but you have to, like biopunk, you have to imagine more diseases coming through your body or something.
I guess.
Like viruses spreading out.
Yeah, but like is biopunk? You know, I'm really thinking about bio horror.
Yeah, it tends.
A bio horror. I meant body
way.
horror. But yeah, heavy mutations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they don't have to be negative, because who wouldn't like to have an extra arm or something?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, but
Well.
it's already part of so many. That's the thing, right? When you're focusing on like biopunk, on that biological aspect. Same problem with words like clog punk or witch punk. You're so focusing on that niche, right? And you can find that niche in every other genre.
Yeah, steampunk. You need to have steam.
Yeah, for example, you know, that's one cliche, and you know, I understand why people say that, but we already had electricity, we already had diesel. You know, and also the problem with the name steampunk is it was meant as a kind of a joke.
Yeah.
By Jeter, who I really need to invite on my stream. But yeah, you know, it's the problem with the name. I don't like the name steampunk all that much, other than that it's a really popular term and it kind of made words like biopunk.
Oh, I like it. I like it because I think, like, steam, it really is. It tends to show immediately that it has to do with the age of steam. And the punk is just.
It speaks to the imagination.
We're a little crazy. We're a little against what happens now and want to create another world. So it's a little punky.
Yeah,
I guess. So I don't really have anything against the name itself.
Yeah, it's. I guess I don't either, but it does give. I think the problem I have with the name is how people project on it. I think that's my problem with it. How seriously people take the term, like, oh, punk, it needs to have punk. You know, it needs to be punk, kind of like Eric Fisk. You know, that steampunk isn't edgy enough because it has punk in the name. Yeah, you know, I understand that, you know, the people want to have countercultures, but I don't think steampunk is a counterculture in that sense.
No, not that much. No.
So, I think that's why steampunk is such a prevalent force. I think that's why steampunk is so hard to kill off. Because...
It's the best.
Well, not necessarily best, but I think it has a very positive message. You know, it's not.
No, it's like a disease. It's a pest. It's like weed or something. You can't get rid of it.
It's like herpes. You know, one
like that,
thing
yeah.
I like to say about steampunk, it's kind of like porn. You know it when you see it.
And then you try to explain it to someone who hasn't seen it.
Yeah. That's, you know, steampunk, you know, it's kind of like porn, you know it when you see it. You know, it's, but yeah, I think that's one of the reasons that steampunk is hard to kill off at this point, is that it has its own message. It's not against anything in particular. It has things it's in favor of, but, you know, it's not like traditional punk, you know, that's all about, you know, fighting the system. But the thing is that people get tired of such messages. You see this trend on YouTube with then this kind of political philosophy is popular on YouTube. Now this political philosophy is getting popular on YouTube because it are trends. And the steampunk stayed out of that for the most part. And the political steampunk factions, I shall call them, you know, they died off because people are not interested in those messages. So
yeah, steampunks have their own world to be busy with.
We're too preoccupied with our own world to care about yours, basically.
Exactly.
You know, it's sad, but it's kind of true. It is. But
it is.
Yeah,
it's not sad. We're all happy in here, so.
Oh yeah. Let's all go back into the cupboard. Let's all go.
It's better here than there.
Yeah. Let's all go into the cabinet. Yeah, it's really annoying. I put so little effort into that video, but it's also one of my most popular videos right now.
Yeah.
So yeah, right now I'm working on another episode. It will take me at least 10 hours to edit, but I could be making 10 of those instead. Thanks, YouTube. But no, I do enjoy making those videos. But yeah, it is kind of sad you don't see that reflected in the views. It is, but
yeah.
But yeah, do you have anything to add? Any further?
Not in particular. The only thing I can say is, like they say at Elfia, never dream alone.
And of course, always make it your way. Good night, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen. I quickly want to thank all of my patrons: Jax Merrick, Mr. Lotus, Steam Chest, Steamy Wonders, Ockveld's Absinthe, Phoebe Darkling, Marco Ianello, Feline Lung, and Marcus R. Gilman. Thank you all for your patronage. Of course, don't forget to check out our friend's channel, Cpt Glenwell, for all his steampunk related content.